I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on how I take my Instagram photos, kind of my go-to poses and my little tips and tricks. I do get a lot of questions from you guys on how I feel comfortable in front of the camera and like not look awkward in my photos. Also, if you do like my outfits, be sure to check out my Instagram. I post almost every day of my outfits and everything. So yeah, if you want to see how I take my IG photos and my tricks for it, then please just keep on watching. So the number one thing that you have to start out with is obviously equipment. These days I actually do take all my photos on my iPhone. I used to take it on my camera. I used to use this camera. This is the Canon EOS M10. I got this a long time ago, but I used to love taking photos with this because it gives like a very dimensional look to the person. But ever since I upgraded to this phone, this is the iPhone 11, I really like how the pictures turn out. They are obviously really good quality, and then after some editing and all that, I'm really happy with it. So that is what I use. Honestly, if you have an iPhone, I feel like that is a great place to start. It's just really easy, really fast, definitely Instagram worthy. So next, let's talk about poses. This is the question I get asked the most on how I feel comfortable in front of the camera, how to like not look awkward. So my trick is that I have a few go-to poses that I always do, but I feel like at the end of the day you do want to just do poses that you feel comfortable and is natural. I think that's how you get the best photos. So if I am doing a full body picture, I tend to either do a walking shot. I think movement shots are always a great idea. It just looks very natural and just flows really well. Another pose that I absolutely love is one leg in front of the other. Personally, for me, it makes my legs look longer and it doesn't look as like posy. It's kind of similar to the walking shot, but instead of like the movement is a standing still. I feel like the walking shot does take some time to perfect, but honestly what I do kind of is I go back and forth. So like I kind of just like rock a little bit, step forward, step back, step forward, step back, and then eventually you get that good walking shot. So the walking shot definitely takes some time, so an easier option is definitely just standing still, having one leg in front of the other. Another go-to pose that I absolutely love is just using my pockets. So I would put one hand in my pocket and just kind of like look at the camera that way, or even both hands in the pockets if you don't know what to do with the other one. I also love using props like a coffee cup, maybe sunglasses, a hat, anything really, just kind of something that your hand can like hold onto. I also love using bags. I think bags are great because they complete the outfit and it's still like a prop in your hand that you can use so that it's not too awkward just like standing there. Like I said before, I do love movement shots. My recent Instagram pictures, I'm always trying to do movement shots. I think it just works best for me and for me to like show off my outfit. I've been really liking to do carousels as well, just because you have a few different angles of the outfit too. So with movement shots, I honestly just kind of like move around, and that's the great thing about using an iPhone, that like you literally can just click 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 and you snap some really good ones. Or you can even hold down the camera button to do the shutter. I usually don't do that. I usually just tell whoever is taking the photo for me to just kind of like go like that. Honestly, in the beginning when I first started taking Instagram photos, I really would try to copy like other people's poses, but it's not what is most natural to me. So I stopped doing that. If you look at my photos, I honestly do like the same thing over and over again, but like I said, having some really good go-to poses is key. Another go-to pose that I like to do is kind of just like this, which is like kind of turning my face a little bit and like playing with my hair on one side. I feel like that's a really easy and always looks good kind of pose. Anything with your hair, I feel like it always turns out pretty good. I try not to do it too much or else it's just gonna be the same thing, but I think that is definitely a really good one and you're not blocking your outfit. So so you're able to see like everything. If you don't feel comfortable standing, I think sitting down is also a great option. A lot of the photos that I take at home, I take myself with a self timer and I'm just sitting. Like especially indoors, I feel like standing is a little bit weird sometimes. So when I'm indoors, I always tend to sit, and sitting is just like you really have to keep your back straight, like your posture good, or else it just, you know, it looks like you're slouching. When I'm at home taking like a mirror picture or something, I tend to do the same thing with my legs, and that's just having one leg crossed in and the other one out. I also like sitting on like the arm of my couch, or like sitting in this chair. I think sitting is a lot easier than standing because naturally you just don't feel as awkward. So if you don't like standing pictures, definitely try a sitting one. Another pose I love doing is the looking back shot. This kind of goes hand in hand with the third thing I want to talk about, which is knowing your good side. So for me, my left side is what I like a little bit better. It's like my good side, because I just feel like my jawline looks, this is like kind of dumb, but I just feel like my jawline looks a lot better on my left side, and I tend to like the pictures that I take when I show the left side of my face rather than the right. Knowing that whenever I do like shots of me looking into the distance, which is another pose that I really love. If you see my Instagram, I have a lot of photos just like looking to the side, because sometimes I just like don't want to look at the camera, so I would look to the side, and then I know that my left side is the side that I would rather show, so I tend to look towards the right. And again, my looking back shots, again, my left side is my good one, so I would look back with my left. The looking back one is a great one, but honestly it doesn't really show the outfit because you're not like seeing the front, only the back. So I tend to only do the looking back one if like my back is open, it's like an open shirt, or I have like a carousel of a few images of the front and then one of the back, just like because I like that shot. But yeah, that would be number 3, just like knowing your good side. I feel like you just have to take a few photos in order to determine that. I didn't really know what my good side was until I started taking more photos for Instagram, and then I realized, oh, I like the left side a lot more. So I think it's all about just like doing it a lot. I guess like practicing, though, like I don't know, it's practicing, but yeah, just doing it a lot and getting used to it. Eventually you will find what poses you like and what you don't like. So the next thing I want to talk about is the angle. I think the angle is so important. So usually for outfit photos outside, I have my friend or my boyfriend or my mom take them for me, and what I like to do is show them where I want it. Basically do 2 types of shots. One is going to be half body, so it kind of starts from above my knees up until, you know, a little above my head, and then the other shot is a full body shot. So with full body shots, I like to have the angle all the way at the bottom, so when they're taking it, the phone is kind of like tilted up. This way it just makes the legs look a lot longer. I am 5'5", but with the wrong angle I can tend to look pretty short. So what I like to do with full body pictures is tilt the phone up and have the person take it like lower, maybe like starting from their stomach area, like take it from there. Some people will squat and take it, but honestly they don't have to squat, they just have to lower the phone and kind of just like take it like that. It definitely makes the person look a lot longer, and just like, I don't know, it just like makes the outfit look really good. The second type is half body. So for half body, I like the phone to be like the same level as me, or else it can just make your head look really big and your body really tiny and like just like unproportional. So when the phone is literally right here, it's the same eye level and it just looks a lot better for half body pictures. So obviously it also depends on your outfits, whether you want to show your whole outfit or you want to show just like more of your top and like your face and everything. So I think it really depends. Sometimes I like to do both and see which one I like a little bit better. This might be like the most important thing on this list, and it is lighting. So I personally like taking all my photos in natural lighting. The ones that I take at home, if you look at those, I actually have a ring light for some of them, which is what I am filming with. Honestly, like New York gets so dark really fast and it's like gloomy, and my apartment is only light from like 11 until like 1 o'clock, and then it just kind of gets cloudy from there. So when I am taking photos at home, I do use a ring light, but I try to not make it like look too unnatural. Like right now it doesn't look too unnatural and like too studio light, but if I am taking any photos outside, I will use natural lighting. Unless it's like in a restaurant or something, then I will use flash. But any outfit photos, I really need natural lighting. I think it just shows off the outfit the best. You can see what the color actually looks like, how it actually fits and all that. I love a good like sunlight kind of glow. It definitely is a little bit extra, but I think sunlight just makes anybody look like 10 times better. I don't know, I love the way that my pictures turn out when I'm in the sunlight. Nothing too harsh. If you're in like direct sunlight around like 12 or 1 o'clock, your pictures will definitely look too harsh. If it's like kind of like golden hour, cloudy with like a little bit of sunlight, that is just like best. That is like my favorite time to take photos. So even with like cloudy days, I think the pictures still turn out well with a little bit of editing. Also, let me know if you guys want me to do a video on how I edit my photos. I do get some questions on those. Like I said, all my outfit photos outside are taken by other people. I have tried taking it myself. It just takes a little bit to set up, honestly, and the area around me is always so busy, so it's hard to. If I'm taking photos at home, I do take those myself, and what I use is my phone with the self timer, and then I use this. I mostly use this tripod is like kind of like my vlogging tripod, so I do use that sometimes, but this is like the most important thing. This is just like a holder for your phone, and the tripod goes over here so that I can just like take it myself. There is a remote that came with this, but I don't even know what that is. I really don't use it that much, although I probably should, because I'm sure that is really helpful. But I think this came in a set. I'm gonna leave that down below in case you're wondering, and I think it also comes with one of these. I don't have a lot of photos at home. Most of my photos are outfit photos, and at home I can't really show off like the whole outfit. It's a little bit harder. So my photos at home are always like half body ones. But yeah, that is the trick that I have for taking photos by yourself at home. If you live in a more secluded area, you can obviously do this outside as well. I've been meaning to find like more secluded areas in the city where I can just like take my own photos. But yeah, definitely a little bit hard in New York. The last one is just kind of what I do. I really just like look at my outfits, kind of figure out what I want to show. If I'm wearing like a jacket, do I want to show the shirt inside? Maybe like I can do a pose like this where I'm just like showing off the shirt. Do I want to show off my whole outfit? Then I would do a entire outfit look and maybe like a walking shot to kind of like get that city moving feel. And obviously just do what feels natural to you. I think everybody is different. Everybody will have their own like little go-to poses, and honestly, like I said, you just kind of have to like keep doing it, keep trying to take photos, see what kind of photos you like, see like what lighting you like the best, and just like don't be afraid to like play around with it. I know a lot of the times, like especially if you're on the street, people can look at you and be like, what is that person doing? They do that all the time with me. But I think that the more you do it, you're just gonna get used to it and be able to ignore those people. I mean, it doesn't really matter, you're only gonna see them once, right? And even like practicing in front of a mirror, I know that like might sound kind of silly, but just like practice some poses in the mirror, see what you like, and like remember that. And when you're outside taking photos, just copy those poses that you did before. I tend to take more street style like outfit photos, photos, so I don't ever do anything like too crazy. I've seen girls do it and it looks so great on them, but I know like that's not for me. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So I guess just like stick to what you know, just keep doing it, keep practicing it, and eventually you will feel comfortable and have those go-to poses that like when the camera is out, you kind of know like, okay, I'm gonna do this or that. So yeah, I really hope this was helpful. I hope like having the Instagram photos of me on here is helpful for you guys to see like exactly what I mean. I've been taking photos for Instagram like 2 years now, and I kind of just like repeat the same poses, maybe once in a while come up with a new one, and just like continue to figure out what I like and what I don't like. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found some poses that maybe you would want to try. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? I'm